GraffittiScapes, a collaboration with Soldier Blue and Catherine Wyatt. You would call it graffiti. I would call it truth, scribed into the wooden railing round Plymouth Rock. A red earth person left their thoughts. The Pilgrim Fathers landed on the shores of America and fell upon their knees. Then they fell upon the Aborigines. You walk into my sacred, and you look at the edifices you and yours left behind, and you call them monuments. I look at Mount Rushmore, and I call that graffiti.
Where barefoot saints wander, bearded, living on the air, there the holy ones, cave dwellers, the keepers of the flame and the sacred syllables, walk upon sacred stones in the shadow of lead and corporate colors, invading sacred space. They have no shoes, no food, but they have Coca-Cola in blazing panorama across the browns and landscapes, but not a rupee with which to purchase your poison. The day glow fat on the sidewalks. You, never mind, you walk into my sacred and see ancient petroglyphs, and you want to cut them free.
Sell them on eBay, do drive-bys, and shoot them out, as if everything not yours is fodder for your enjoyment. The grounds where Tashunka Witko Crazy Horse was assassinated, bayoneted, the same place where the desperation of Northern Cheyenne became known as their Northern Cheyenne Autumn, and their spirits took wing with fear and leaden skies. Yea, the place of blood, sanguine, so etched upon my red earth, the memory will never be removed. Fort Robinson, Nebraska, yea, you now sleep as if a campground, 'neath trees who yet weep the follies of those who were beloved here upon red earth and held sovereign their dreams. You ask us to move the monuments to our statesmen and ask for concessions to raise souvenir shops. Have we as red earth not yet given enough? You have had a glut of our blood and sacrifice and grown crops by our bones. When is it enough? 2 pipes side by side, one for drinking water, another for sewage.
Cardboard boxes, your refuse, set up as houses for a night, maybe a week, housing a family of 6. You ship in your form of food replete with chemical concoction. Assuming Western privilege, mothers cease to nurse their children as India's babies die from lack of natural protection. Western dis-ease is spread, more dead. All this is progress. Big pharma heavy in karmic repercussions. Too poor for the wood, dead are laid out by the waters until they can afford to lay their dead children to rest. Ash and Maganga. Babies washed away, another bottom line, another day of profit, another day when human beings, not of the progressive, are relegated unto trivia and the sidelines of your entertainment, and you put cartooned caricatures of our faces upon your shirts, and you in unison do the tomahawk chop.
And assume it's all right. These are the implements of action and color that we know as prejudicial foment of graffitis you press against our skins. Fling at our heads and fill the children's heads with your perversions of who you think we are. As we walk to school, as we work our days, as we attempt to honor our elders and ancestors, you pollute the airwaves and inundate the media with the latest trash and glitz. To give the perception of worth to your latest form of graffiti, the stamp of your ignorance indelibly upon your programmed, homogenized, genus deformed DNA. And you think we appear strange with our dress, regalia? And you want our sequestered wisdoms as if necrophilia is a new fashion. And we as human beings are nothing more than the dress of a pastiche cast make of your frameworks to affirm your continued use of mental graffitis you attempt to lay as gauze upon my wounded holocaustal mind. And the bangles you offer are the lesser no-name brands you wish to use and sear my flesh. Keep your fodder and graffitis, and I will ward, harbor, and nurture my people's cultural identities and our dreams. Flowers in the Ghats, upon the waters.
Chapatis ground on stone as the women sing ancient songs, the puja table in every home. This is a sacred land, as Bollywood becomes the goal of a people steeped in spirituality. Not one day a week, given lip service, Ganesha at the student's desk, Hanuman hanging from the dashboard of a cab, the smells of the sacred swirl and sandalwood above a people now marching to factories to reproduce occidental mediocrities at 5 in the morning, before the groaning dronings of progress, candles carrying prayers set upon the holy waters. You may kill their bodies, but you cannot touch the soul of a culture steeped in tradition, where spirit will always take precedence. The petroglyphs are now watched over, the sacred grounds still sought, treaty rights disregarded for sacred prayer, and the graffiti of a continent goes on. Water toxic, air thin, the earth soured and overworked.
And we, as Red Earth, still continue to pray, as our blood ancestors always did. And when we wake, we try not to see the latest day-glow strips of your supposed coverings, the latest trappings of graffiti mongering, right outside our windows, as we walk the silent sacred stones, listen in the deep night for the lean wings and low calls of ravens and old crows, as we walk another night of dreams, and cleanse our spiritual landscape, expunge our sacred earth of your graffiti walls as we walk upon the ghost road.